Hi, welcome to SproutPod. Today let's carry on with the third type of firewall. Application Proxy Firewall. Application proxy is another type of firewall that acts as the middleman. It will receive the outbound packets from the client, examine the content, recraft the packet, and send it to the server. As such, effectively breaking up the connection. This recrafting of the packets provides protection against malformed packets at the same time. Example: if an internal desktop is trying to go to external site google.com, the client will point to the firewall as the web proxy. The web request packet will hit the firewall. The firewall will strip the packet and check the application data against its rule. It will then recraft the packet and send it to the external internet service provider, in this case google.com. When the service reply, the flow is reversed but the recrafting will still be in place. This recrafting of the data packet effectively removes any malformed packets. Note that in this case, we are referring to packets that do not conform to RFC standards. Most of the proxy firewalls will work with additional third-party tools to scan for malware contents. Application proxy works all the way to layer 7. However, be reminded the proxy is application-specific. Example for web proxy, for mail proxy, etc. Universal proxy is usually deployed as a circuit breaker. That is, the process of recrafting of data packet between two network interfaces only. Some of the known issues with application proxy are with the deployment. Application behavior can be complicated, and with heavy customization. What usually happens is users might experience a problem when the proxy firewall is deployed, especially for web and mail services. As such, the demand for good knowledge of the application protocol is required. Given the firewalls are network choke points, the high availability configuration and deployment between application proxy is tougher to configure than the stateful firewall. Besides the state table, the application proxy needs to ensure the application states are maintained. Finally, note that the application proxy firewall tends to be resource intensive. Remember the memory issue in the stateful firewall? The speed of the application is as fast as the firewall allows. This often creates issues between infrastructure, application, and cybersecurity departments. Pros of the application proxy firewall are: it is application aware. It creates stronger isolation between network interfaces through packets recrafting. Cons: it is slower as it needs to check for more data. It is also more difficult to configure compared to stateful firewall. Got to open the listening port if you are configuring reverse proxy, as it is application specific. Note that not all vendors' proxy firewall has the same features. In summary, application proxy firewall inspects the OC layer all the way to the application layer. It understands the content of application data and can work with third-party security tools for additional scans. It is however limited to the application it supports. It cannot add extra security features for unknown applications. It will recraft the receiving packet and send it to the other interface, making sure packets conform to RFC standards, acting as a circuit breaker. You also need to research properly on the firewall vendor, especially on the application proxy they support, and the performance impact when turning it on.